What's up, everybody? Nicholas Kuzmich here from nicholaskuzmich.com. Hey, before we begin, if you're looking to accelerate the results in your business and get even better results than you're currently getting now with a proven plan, I invite you to go to workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com, fill out a brief application there, and I look forward to kind of speaking with you, getting on the phone, and seeing how I can personally help you grow and accelerate your business. Hey, so here's the situation. I'm here at my jiu-jitsu gym, just finished training. We're in the middle of competition prep mode because we have a competition coming up in just about a week. So we're working hard, and I thought I'd make this video because I want to talk about the difference between having a plan versus just testing stuff out. Because the reality is most people, especially like in business, what they do is they like hear about something, they try it, they try the next thing, they hear the next thing, they try the next thing, they hear the next thing, they try the next thing, and all of a sudden they're wondering why their business has hit a plateau and like a glass ceiling and isn't able to get to the next level. Look, when I'm training for jiu-jitsu and I'm training for this competition next week, look, I have a plan, right? I have a know that when the match starts, this is what I'm planning on doing, and then after this happens, this is what I'm going to be doing, and after that happens, this is what I'm going to be doing. Now, look, I get it. I know Mike Tyson said everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, which is true, but you can't go into a situation ill-prepared. You can't go in blind. In fact, one of my coaches says, hey, if you gotta think, it's too late, which is a great point, right? And so what I'm suggesting here is, as you plan to accelerate and dominate your business, just like I'm planning to accelerate and dominate my next competition, I have a plan. I'm working out very specific, proven strategies and plan that has worked for me, right? That is designed specifically for my business. Look, the reality is there isn't one size fits all. When we train, person A isn't training the exact same as person B, isn't training the exact same as person C, because we all have like our skills, we all have the things we prefer, we all have the things that we're better at versus what someone else is better at. But the reality is we have a plan, right? And that's what I've been sweating and working hard every single day here in the gyms, hitting the mats, rolling with the guys, sparring, getting hurt. Right? My feet are busted up. But the point is here, I have a plan. So when you are in business, right, it is a good idea to get a coach, right? Someone who's actually going to talk to you about your plan, who's going to understand and see your weaknesses and your strengths and be able to exploit them and tell you what to focus on. If you're going at this at your own, it's very tricky. By the way, if you want me to be your business coach, right, that's what I do. I have this unique ability to like really look at someone's business and accelerate the things or the areas in their business that they're under leverage, that really with one small accelerator can accelerate the result for them, right? It's something that you're probably blind to because you're so busy working in your business that you can't be working on your business. So if that's you and you'd like me to be that person for you, go ahead and go to www.workwithnick.com, workwithnic.com. Fill out the brief application there and we'll have a quick call on that. But on that point, here's the thing. Another thing that a lot of people do when they're like growing and accelerating their business is this. They are focusing on making their weaknesses better rather than doubling down on your strengths. Look, I hear people chasing new tactics all the time, right? They're like, oh, I heard I should be doing this LinkedIn strategy or this YouTube strategy, or I should double down on Facebook Lives, or I should whatever it be. The case in point here is, rather than finding the areas that are not yet working for you and trying to fill that gap with a new tactic or a new strategy, here's what I suggest. Double down on your strengths, right? If Facebook ads are working, then double down on Facebook ads. Either spend more, figure out what you need to do, scale to take it to the next level, or figure out the tips and tactics and strategies that you need to deploy to elevate those results, or as I call it, accelerate the results, rather than just kind of like looking at, oh, okay, I got this down, why don't I add a new channel to it, or why don't I get a new mentor, a new coach, or why don't I do all these other things that I heard is a good thing to do, rather than actually doubling down on your strength, which is the next point, right? If you have strengths, if you are finding those areas that are working, my suggestion is double down on them, work extra hard. If you need someone to help identify what those are for you, I'll be happy to do that. Workwithnick.com. I could do that for you. But regardless, I want you to do a quick analysis of your current business and say, okay, well, this last month, here is where 90% of the revenue came from. It came from this one product, or it came from this one area, or it came from this one marketing channel, or it came from this one, execution of a strategy, and then double down on it, right? Say, how do I make this one thing that's driving in 80 or 90% of the revenue even better, rather than saying, let's add 20 or 30 new things to quote unquote diversify the income streams. Now, look, I'm not against multiple streams of revenue in your business, but I am against you being so distracted that you're doing 14 or 15 things at the same time and not making any progress, which is exactly, look, I'm in my jujitsu gi, I'm here training at my gym. Look, if I tried to execute and master 40 different techniques at the same time, then who knows where I would be. I'd make zero progress, I'd get into my next competition fight, and I'd be like, my brain would be like scattered, because I'd have to think, and again, like my coach said, if you have to think, it's too late, right? So rather than focusing on all those things, I just focus on my one strength. I master the skill, and then I move on to the next one. Then I master that skill, and then I move on to the next one, which is, I think, great kind of carryover into business, right? You know your skill, and you move into the next one, and you master that skill, and then you move into the next one, and very quickly do you realize that you have like this game plan that's building, and it's forming, and it's coming together, and all of a sudden you have a business that's not roller coaster revenue. You have a business that has predictable profit. You have an income stream that's kind of growing straight and on and constantly accelerating, rather than you just coming up with all this other kind of stuff. So here, case in point, I'm here, just finished training at the gym. I had this insight as I'm prepping for competition that, look, you need to have a proven plan and a strategy that is given to you by someone who knows your game and is telling you what to do, and you need to then master that plan and that skill. Look, a week out from competition, if I'm here trying to learn 14 or 15 different new skills, man, I'd be screwed, right, in my next competition. But I'm here honing the skills, I'm mastering the skills, I'm training with people who are bigger and faster and stronger and more experienced than me, so that I can then understand what it's like to be under those situations, understand what it's like to be uncomfortable, understand what it's like to do all that stuff. So the point is, hey, Steve says that you might be at the Ontario Open. So will I. Awesome. I am right now, for those who are wondering, I'm mastering the skill of the triangle choke, 4 different versions of it from many different angles, right? Why? Because one of my game plans is pulling guard. Once I pull guard, I have this option to do that. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. But the point is, if you are in business and you have a plan that is working, right, you need to double down and work on that plan and really execute it. And you need to have someone on the outside come look at that plan and say, hey, here's where the holes are, here's what you're really good at. Let's find some under-leveraged, underutilized things that you're not doing, that with one push of a button, it's like pushing down on an accelerator and getting some massive results that way. So look, I apologize, I gotta get back to training. Actually, I gotta get to shower. I've been training for 2 hours here. But I just thought I'd make this video for you just to talk about that, because I see too many business owners who are scrambling, who are trying too many things at the same time. They're focusing on improving their weaknesses rather than doubling down on their strengths, and they're haphazard. They're all over the place, and they're not getting the actual results that they're looking for. So all that being said, if you want that person to be me, if you're serious about accelerating your skills, if you're serious about doubling down on your strengths, if you're serious about having an outside eye who knows what they're looking for to show you those under-leveraged points in your business and make those work for you, I'd love to be that person for you. I'd love to explore if that's an opportunity for us. www.workwithnick.com, www.workwithnic.com. Love to hop on the phone, have a quick conversation, see if that might be a good fit for you. If it is, we'll invite you to join us in working with me. If it isn't, we'll tell you kindly, shake hands, and be on our ways. But I think, if anything, if you could just focus on understanding that A, there's under-leveraged things in your business that you could step down on, accelerate, and get better results for, and B, to double down on your strengths, the things that are working, rather than spending all your time and focus and energy introducing new things in your business and life, I think you'll get a much, much better result. Hey, that's all I got for today. I wish you all the best. Make it a point to do this stuff, and we'll talk real soon.